Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today, guys, we have to mention several things, from Victor Gyokeres to Chelsea movements to Nico Williams, even Perisic, Barcelona. Let's jump into it together. And so, guys, let me start today's video by returning to a story I was mentioning to you yesterday, also to enter into more details of the Victor Gyokeres story, because now many details are coming also to the press, to the media, and it's important to clarify something according to my information on Victor Gyokeres. What's going on? Basically, as I told you yesterday, there was an agreement. This is the player position, of course, then Sporting have their own position, and of course we respect all of them, but there was an agreement between the agents of the player and Sporting with the previous director, Ugo Viana, who is now at Manchester City, for Victor Gyokeres to leave the club for 65 million euros guaranteed fee plus add-ons in this summer transfer window. Then what happened? That Ugo Viana left the club, Gyokeres decided to stay at Sporting to respect the club. They won everything together, the league, the cup, 73 goal contributions this season, and unbelievable season again for Victor Gyokeres, but Sporting at the moment don't want to give the green light to that price, because the president said in public, and this is Sporting position, that they are not accepting any pact, they are not recasting the clause, 100 million euros, but still more than 65 million euros, something probably around 80-85 million euros, and Gyokeres is not happy. What I wanted to add to you today is that my understanding is that Victor Gyokeres is really not happy with the situation. Also disappointed because he always gave his best to Sporting in terms of goals, assists, performances, leadership, trophies, but he didn't want to leave the club in a bad way, in a bad mood. And so at the moment the situation is quite tense between player side and Sporting. Let's see what's going to happen there, because as we know there is interest from several clubs. He's still in the list at Arsenal. There is Manchester United calling on daily basis for Victor Gyokeres. There are calls from Italy, also from Juventus, but it's complicated financially to make it happen unless they find a solution for Vlahović. So there are many things to mention in the next days for Victor Gyokeres, but the state of the story today is a really tense story between Gyokeres and Sporting. So we will follow the developments here. We will follow also the developments for wingers on the market. And today I wanted to tell you something, guys, that according to my information, despite reports on many wingers in the recent weeks, from Vlahović to Barcola and more, my information, and again we respect all the informations around, is that the priority and dream target, as I already told you, and I come here to repeat, is Nico Williams. The dream of Bayern, the dream of the director Max Eberl, is Nico Williams. After the Wirtz deal off because he's going to Liverpool, the idea of Bayern is to bring in a top winger. Leroy Sané left, signing for Galatasaray, 3-year contract, story from last morning. It's here we go, and now Bayern are prepared to go strong and try to sign Nico Williams. It's not going to be easy, for sure, because of the financial package that is already disclosed, 58 million euros, but also there is the player request in terms of salary. Nico Williams is on a big salary at Athletic Bilbao, and so the salary is a crucial point, and also the whole package, how much the whole package would cost. So financially is not an easy deal. And then there is the player decision. So the player still has to decide what he wants to do, whether he wants to leave Athletic Bilbao or continue the club also this summer as he did last summer. So there are still two important points to clarify: the financial point and the player decision. But Bayern are trying. Bayern already had 2 meetings with people close to the player, 2 direct face-to-face meetings to confirm their intention to go very strong for Nico, but waiting for Nico to make a decision because Bayern want to try. Financially, they know that it's not an easy deal, but they want to try. They want to make a proposal. To Nico Williams, the clause is not a problem, it's about the player request. So let's see what happens there, but the dream is Nico Williams. Then it's important to say that, and don't underestimate this point, Athletic Club are prepared to offer Nico Williams an important new contract in case he decides to stay at the club. So Nico is already requesting important money in terms of salary. But imagine that he would have probably on the table a new contract proposal with a better salary from Athletic. So this is why the story for Bayern is not easy, but they want to try, and so let's see what happens there. There is also interest from Arsenal and from Chelsea, but both English clubs feel that financially, in terms of salary, this deal is really complicated. So let's see what happens with Bayern. They want to try for Nico Williams. In terms of wingers, let me confirm the information of Mundo Deportivo, Roger Torelló and all the team from Mundo Deportivo, reporting in the last 24-48 hours about Ivan Perisic. Ivan Perisic is one of the options being discussed internally at Barcelona. The dream is Luis Diaz, but at the moment is still too expensive. Marcus Rashford is still an option on the list of Barcelona, with a player very keen on the move. But in case they decide to go for a low-cost option, Perisic is still a free agent. He has a new contract proposal from PSV Eindhoven on the table, 2-year contract. So he's ready to sign his contract with PSV. But he's waiting for Barça. Why? Because he's appreciated by Hansi Flick. Flick likes the player, the leadership, the numbers of Ivan Perisic, who is not young, but is still performing as a top winger on international stage. And so, let's see what happens there, because Barcelona internally discussed Ivan Perisic, a player appreciated by Hansi Flick, really appreciated, but at the moment is not a done deal, is not close. But Barca are considering this possibility. It's not the priority in this moment, but it's a possibility to consider with the coach, very open to that, and with Perisic waiting for Barca. So Perisic has the new agreement from PSV there on the table, but at the moment, as of today, he's waiting for Barca. Then, if he will feel that Barcelona will go for a different winger, Perisic will be ready to sign a new contract at PSV Eindhoven. And then, guys, important to mention also Chelsea, because in the last 24 hours, Chelsea took some strong decision. All the players who were on loan are not part of the Club World Cup squad, but only Andrei Santos is part of this squad. So what does it mean? Let me mention some names. Joao Felix, available on the market. Raheem Sterling, available on the market. Axel Disasi, available on the market. Ben Chilwell, available on the market. There are some players with the futures to be clarified. Kendry Páez with the possibility to go to Strasbourg. Matissa Mogu, who will go to Strasbourg for sure. George Petrovic, let's see what happens in terms of proposals, because Chelsea could be open to discuss in case the player wants to go. So there are several things to discuss with these players, but not to see them at the Club World Cup is obviously a strong message. Let me also clarify that Wesley Fofana didn't travel because he's still recovering from his injury, and Chelsea want the player to focus on his recovery and to be back for the start of the new season in the best conditions possible. But for all the others, especially Felix, Chilwell, Sterling, Disasi, all these players are no longer part of the project. So for Joao Felix, they are looking for a solution. For Disasi, they are looking for a solution back from Aston Villa. So many players made available by Chelsea, and for sure many situations to watch in the next days, with several movements around the Blues, because we always speak about the signings, about the targets, buy no Gittens and more, but Chelsea are also working now on the outgoings. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Nico Williams to Victor Gyokeres. What do you expect to happen in two big cases? And then Ivan Perisic, guys, what's your feeling on this one? Yes or no for Ivan Perisic to Barcelona? And then Chelsea exits. As always, with Chelsea, many movements. Let me know your opinion, guys, here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.